Welcome to a balancing class today. And I've done a few videos over the last month with the balance. We don't need any equipment for today, but you can use a wall if you feel a little dodge, or you can even lean against it if you want to, or you can just hold with one hand. So entirely up to you. Be mindful of what you are standing on. If you're standing on quite a soft mat or soft carpet, it will make the balance a little harder, which is not a bad thing. Or a harder surface will make your balance a little bit more easier. Not that balance is easy anyway. So coming onto your mat, I just want you to bring awareness to your feet. So how our feet work in balance is, we never really spend enough time focusing on the feet, where actually that is what's going to help us balance. Yes, the eyes help us balance, the core helps you balance, but if your ankles are flopping all over the place, guess what? You're going to fall over. Simples. So you can have your feet hip-width apart, and I just want you to have this little rock forward and back. Just start to bring awareness to the sensations in your toes, the sensation in the ball of the foot. What other parts of your foot can you feel touching the floor? Some people have fallen arches, so they might even feel the arch on the floor. Maybe some people have got high arches and you don't feel anything. And I want you to just find this middle place where you can feel the weight is evenly spread between the toes, the ball part, maybe the outer part if it's touching, and the heels. Okay. Now from here, just lift your toes and spread them. Okay, make them nice and wide. Now can you come onto the ball of the toe and just slightly roll your feet in, and then keep the ball touching the floor as you try and spread the foot a little wider. Now lift your heels and send your heels to the back a little bit more. So we're just trying to spread that sole. Gently send your toes into the floor, just this little nudging of the floor. When I was in the police, my driving instructor would say, just curl the toes when you had to pick up speed. So just curl your toes. Okay, so when you do that, hopefully you feel this integrity around the lower half of your body. When you push your toes in, maybe you feel the arches are lifting. Can you feel something around your calves, maybe a little bit of the knees, the hips? I always feel there's a little bit of a suction, a little bit of integrity in the position when I do that with my toes. So we're going to start with some side bends. Okay, so take your hands. Now, my camera's a little bit cutting me out because I don't want to be too far away from you. Your right hand is going to hold the left hand. Okay, right hand, hold the left hand. So inhale, hands come up. Right hand holds the left hand. Okay, so my left palm is facing you. Now from here, I'm going to imagine I'm actually trying to pull that left arm out of the socket. I'm not really, but I'm just going to lengthen. So breathe in as you lengthen the body. And as you exhale, just take it over to the side. So this right arm is kind of just encouraging this length. Now be aware that you don't put all the weight into your right leg or push all the weight into the left leg. You want to try and keep that evenly balanced. The other thing you want to be mindful of is that you don't lean forward or back. And that might not be something you have control over. If you've got a lot of issues with fascia, tightness in the body, it could just be pulling the body out of alignment. But just try and be aware of it. This is a good one to do against a wall, because all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I'm all over the place. So inhale, lengthen, and exhale as you deepen. Inhale, hands come up towards the ceiling and release. Have a shoulder roll. Just ground yourself again. Think of your feet, your Tadasana feet. Taking a breath in, we're going to do left hand onto right now. So inhale, hands come up. Left hand onto right. I'm going to lift the arm and exhale, take it over. And you might notice one side is looser. That's completely normal to have this imbalance. So I can feel, I'm going to exaggerate it. Let me turn to the side maybe. I can feel when I come into the side bend, there's a little bit more of that going on for me. Okay, I'm exaggerating it. And I do know it's tight over there. So that's what it could do. So all I'm going to do is just focus on trying not to let that happen. So inhale and exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hands come back up to the top. And release, have a shoulder roll. So we're going to do a roll down. So have your feet hip width apart, keep those knees soft. Take a breath in as you reverse the chin backwards. So we're trying to take that curve out of the neck. Keep the abdominals engaged. Drop the chin to the throat and just enjoy that stretch in the back of the neck. Now imagine you're going to get your forehead onto your belly button, so you're going to start to round. Make sure those knees stay a little bit soft so that we don't just lock out the joints. And you're just going to roll down. So imagine the forehead is going to the belly button, and we're drawing this line down the center of the body with a piece of chalk. So we really want to keep that chin tucked in. Now if you suffer with sciatica and your pain increases, come out of it a little bit more. Sometimes the pain will increase and then it will decrease again. So if the pain doesn't decrease, come out of it to that point where it does decrease, okay? Relaxing your neck, your head, your shoulders, breathe in. And as you exhale, hug your tummy in. As you come up, visualize your belly button, pushing that spine back up to the wall behind you, one vertebra at a time. Once you come up, have a big shoulder roll. So coming into balance. Now it's entirely up to you. Like I said, you can use the wall if you need to with this. Let's start with the weight coming into the left leg. So as you shift your weight into the left leg, be mindful that your hip doesn't pop out over there, okay? Either you're just not aware of it and the bum's not really working, or it's a weak glute. Glutes. So what we want to do is engage the bum. So push the hip back over there. Lengthen the body. So I like to imagine that I'm lengthening so much that I've actually taken the pelvis slightly off of that hip bone, thigh bone. Now your right foot, you can either just have it there, you can have the right foot on the left foot and have the knee tracking out to the side. Again, you have the option of keeping that left knee slightly bent or straight. If you do keep it straight, just don't lock it out. If you want to go further, you can take that leg onto the shin. Now, the only place you don't want to take your leg is across that knee joint, because our knees don't move sideways, okay? So it's either going to be there, or if you want to go harder, you're going to pop the leg above the knee. Now from here, this really depends on the clothing that you're wearing as well. Sometimes I can't do this because it's too slippery and my feet just fall off. But what you can also do is push your left thigh into your foot and push the foot into your thigh. So a little bit of intention, integrity there. Now send your right knee out, but not at the expense of your pelvis rolling towards the right. We want to keep those hip bones pointing forward to protect your left knee. Staying nice and tall, you can keep your hands on your hips. Another nice one is to have the hands in prayer, or you can have the hands out to the side. Take 2 more breaths. Keep those muscles nice and active. Bring your right knee to your chest, and then switch. Oh, left leg is burning. Oh, like I said, I've not been doing yoga for about 3 months now because of a foot injury, so I'm just starting to get back in, so I feel the burn just as much as you do. Right, so we're coming into the right leg now. So spread the toes, take your time, there's no rush. Find a fixed point on the wall opposite you or the floor. As you put the weight into the right leg, squeeze that right bum. Think of lengthening up on that right side. Taking a position wherever you want to go. So again, if you want to go to the high one, that's fine. Just make sure that you are not putting that foot across the knee. And then have this engagement. The leg's pushing into the foot's pushing into the leg. If you feel wobbly, what is your foot doing? I'm going to go to a smaller version just so I don't push that foot too much. So If you're wobbling, is the ankle rolling out? Can you put the weight into the ball of the foot? Your hands can be there. Prayer position. If you squeeze a little bit, that you can also feel a little bit of tensegrity. Just taking 2 more breaths. And then hug that left knee and bring it down. So give your legs a little shake. We are going to go back to a tree. Now, if that was challenging enough for you, you're going to stay with that variation. Perhaps you can try different arms. But I'm just going to throw something to make it a little bit more challenging. So we're coming onto the left leg. Whatever position you want to have for your foot, you can pick. Okay? So the right leg is out over here. So I want you to slide your right hand towards the knee. Take the left hand up towards the ceiling. Now from here, we're just going to do this little side bend towards that knee. So remember, just keep your eyes on a fixed point. Focus on that left foot. Good. I'm impressed with myself. Good. Ooh, I spoke too soon. And then bring it back up. Oh, and release. Well done. Let's see how this side goes, shall we? So we're going to anchor down through that right foot. Pick whichever level. So I'm just going to keep that as a low one on that side. Slide the left hand. Now make sure that you're still not sinking out of that hip. It still wants to work. Take the right hand up to the ceiling. And now we're just going to have this very slow side bend towards that bent knee. I can feel I'm rocking to the side there. Pay attention to the foot if you're wobbly. Where's all the weight going? Can you send the weight into the ball part of the foot? One more breath. Reach that top hand. And then bring the hand back down. Give the knee a hug and relax. Oh, I do love the burn, even though it doesn't feel very nice. So having those feet hip width apart again, taking a breath in. Inhale as the hands come up towards the ceiling. Soften your knees. Take the hands out to the side and hinge forward to take your hands to the floor and take your head to your knees. Just having a lovely stretch after those movements. And maybe you want to give your bum a little wiggle. So just remember, if you have sciatica, you don't want any pain. If your pain stays the same, I'll say it's fine, it's not fine. Bless you, it's very painful. You don't want your pain to increase, otherwise come up a little bit higher. Okay? And maybe just pedal those legs, just giving that a nice stretch. Soften your knees, take a breath in, and hug your tummy in all the way up, keeping the chin tucked in. Once you come up, have a shoulder roll. Take your hands up to the ceiling, breathing in. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. And from my heart to your heart, thank you for treeing with me today. I don't know where that came from. Take care, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.